Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Building a Nation with Team Canada. And today is the day. It has finally arrived after 4.5 long years. We have finally reached the 2022 World Cup. Team Canada has made it. We qualified. We've been preparing all this time. And now we're going to show the world what this young Canadian team has to offer on the biggest stage in the world. The World Cup. It's one of the big points that we've wanted to reach in this save. It's definitely a milestone. We want to reach the 2022 World Cup, and now we're here. We've got a tough road ahead of us, as you can see here from our group. Argentina, top team in the group, at least on paper. 5th in the world. They're an excellent team. Just got so many superstars that you can't hardly name them all. Just look at the names there. Don't even want to look at them. England, also in our group. And they are likewise an outstanding team, 7th in the world. And again, they've got all kinds of household names and all kinds of outstanding players that we're going to have to go up against. But that's for later episodes. Today's episode, we're going to be going up against South Korea. Now, South Korea is not a bad team by any stretch of the imagination. They're actually a pretty good team, 27th in the world. But that's a team that we can compete with. I feel like we're a little underseeded at our current position. Canada, we are ranked. Hello? Nation. That's what we're looking for. We're ranked 50th in the world. So theoretically, we're the worst team in this group, but I don't think so. I think we can jump up and maybe shock the world, and we can at least win one game in the World Cup, which has not been done before. If we take a look at competitions, last time Canada was in the World Cup, 1986. The one and only time Canada has made the World Cup was 1986. Well, now, here we are in 2022. We're doing it again. We're going to try to win at least one game and perhaps shock the world and qualify from this group. We only have to beat either England or Argentina. We beat one of those teams along with South Korea, and we're through. Now, the other thing about South Korea is we faced them in the Olympics, and we beat them in the Olympics. Now, granted, that was the under-23s, but they had some of their best players on that team, and we certainly had some of our best players on that team as well. So, we've got that history. They might be looking for a little bit of revenge, but still, it's a matchup that we've got some confidence we can, at the very least, compete, and hopefully we can win. But it's tough to start a competition with a must-win game, but this is definitely a must-win game if we're going to advance and have any sort of successful campaign. So there's a lot of pressure on this game, and it's I feel the pressure. This is like the most pressure I've ever felt playing Football Manager. It's like, it took me 2 days just to pick this team. And just every time I advance and get closer to this date, I can just feel the pressure ratcheting up. So let's take a look, not at South Korea, but let's take a look at our plans for South Korea, because earlier in the week, we got our scouting report for South Korea. And it's an interesting scouting report. They appear to go very defensive, or at least they have this campaign. Their favorite formations, the 4-1-4-1 and the 4-4-1-1, as you can see here. Their mentality has been cautious, And that's a philosophy that I think we can take advantage of. Now, if we take a look a little bit deeper here, their weaknesses, formations faced, 4-2-3-1 DM wide has been a source of problems, conceding an average of 4 more chances than their opponents in 90 minutes. Take a look at the full view here. Now, the full view here isn't incredibly helpful. It does show that they've got a pretty strong midfield with Che Sang-hoon and Lee Kang-in, who we faced in the Olympics, and we know he's a good player. Their goalkeeper apparently is pretty strong as well. They've used these formations, 4-4-1, and more, a little bit more information that's very important to us is they have impressed going forward against the 4-4-2. Now, coming into this Olympics, we had expected to use the 4-4-2 pretty extensively. But if they're playing well against the 4-4-2 and they're playing poorly against the 4-2-3-1, I think that means we should change up our way of playing. Especially if they're playing cautious, they're putting men behind the ball, going to play on defense. I think we should try and possess the ball, much like we did in some of our friendlies. So, going to give that a try. That's going to be our strategy going into this game. So, let's check out today's matchups, and we'll take a look at the rest of the divisions. So we got 4 games going on today in the early day. We have the host nation, Qatar, kicking things off against Burkina Faso. And then we have the rest of their division, Mexico versus Czech Republic. And then we're the second division that's going on, or the second group, I should say, that's going on today. Argentina versus England. That's a huge matchup in the very first games of the tournament. And then, of course, our game, Canada, South Korea. So let's take a look at all the groups here and see what we've got going on. I went over these before, but I'll go over them again real quickly just in case you forgot or just in case you didn't see in some of the previous episodes. Mexico got a very favorable draw in Group A. Burkina Faso is a team they should beat. Qatar is probably a team they should beat. The host nation, let's take a look at their general. 57th in the world. So they're, rated worse than us. But they were a number 1 seed in this tournament because they're the host nation. So that's something that we're going to have to look forward to perhaps in 4 years when we co-host with USA and Mexico. It'll be interesting to see if they put all 3 of us as number 1 seeds. I don't know. That's going to be crazy to figure out. But Mexico, their main opponent in this group should be the Czech Republic, who we faced in a friendly. They're 20th in the world. So, Mexico's got favorable matchups against all 3 teams in their group. So that's pretty good. Take a look at the rest of the groups here. We lost our group stage. There it is. So Group B, of course, we looked at ours. Group C, Australia. Whoa, hello. Joystick controls here. Australia, Russia, Senegal, and Uruguay. Interesting. Another interesting group. I suppose Uruguay would be the number 1 team. Yeah, they're 6th in the world. Facing off against Australia in their first matchup, 22nd in the world. So again, Uruguay's got a favorable draw there, I believe. And it should be an interesting group. Russia could come out of there, Australia. Senegal, I suppose, is a team that I overlook because I kind of overlook the African nations a little bit. Unfortunately, I just don't pay attention to much African nations football, but they're ranked 12th in the world, so they apparently are the second best team in the group, but it could be a tightly contested group from any of these teams. Russia, 36, so there's not a lot of difference between any of those teams in that group. Yeah, so let's get back to the group stage. Will it? Yeah, it'll do that again. Oh, I'm just messing everything up. There we go. All groups. All right. Group D, Algeria, Austria, France, USA. Tough group. Tough group for USA. Austria is very good. France, of course, is very good. Algeria is nothing to sneeze at either. So that's an amazingly tough group for USA. And USA has some bad news. They've got a suspended player, of all things, Anthony Robinson, their left back, and 2 injured players. George Bello, another left back, and John Brooks, a central defender. So they've got issues, particularly at left back. I guess it's a good thing they brought Kellen Acosta onto the team because he's a guy who can play just about anywhere. And so he'll probably be their left back in this first game, unless somebody else comes back from injury. Bello, unless he comes back from injury. So USA has got a tough group. Mexico's got a pretty favorable group. Group E, Croatia, Ecuador, Germany, Ghana. You assume Germany's going to get there, but it's going to be a battle between Croatia and Ghana and Ecuador. All 3 of those teams seem to be evenly matched. Italy and Spain in the same group. That's difficult, with Venezuela also and South Africa. It's a very tough competition this year. It just seems like there aren't many teams who are bad. Just a lot of really good teams. Group G, Brazil, clear favorite there. Japan, Scotland, and Switzerland are going to battle it out. Probably Switzerland is the next best favorite there. And then Group H, Belgium, China, Denmark, and Jamaica. Tough draw for Jamaica. They got Belgium in that group, but they can probably hang with Denmark and definitely hang with China. So it's going to be a wild and interesting tournament. So I'm excited to see what happens. Excited to see some of these results and some of these groups. So first result is in the host nation. Gets a huge victory, 2-1. I kind of want to see where they're playing. Playing at the Métier Community Arena, built in 2019, so very recently, 40,000 capacity. Okay, we might have to take a look at some of these arenas because it's really difficult to know, like in Qatar, how many football arenas do they really have? I have no idea. I assume they're going to build a lot of them specially made for this World Cup, but we shall see. I don't know how Football Manager will handle that particular nuance, but I assume there are some stadiums there already that they just have to plug in. All right, so here we go. South Korea versus Canada. We are playing at the Salal Stadium in Salal Mohammed. I don't know if that's a prefecture or if that's a, who knows what that is. I have very, very little understanding of geography of Qatar, which I probably should. Maybe we'll look at that at some point in this competition, especially if Canada gets knocked out. We'll need like a filler episode. But anyway, 45,000 capacity, built in 2020, good condition. So they definitely started building stadiums for this purpose. We'll see how good they are. 89 and breezy. So I mentioned they're playing this in the winter time there in Qatar. So it's going to be at least reasonable temperatures. It's not over 100 degrees or anything like that. 89 and breezy should be doable. 6-4 favorites for South Korea. So they definitely predict the favorites, but they're coming in woeful form. They did not have a good time of it for their friendlies and whatnot. Let's take a look here. So they drew Switzerland, lost to Belgium, drew Colombia, lost to Ecuador. So they had a very tough schedule. Paraguay also they lost. So playing a bunch of South American teams and a bunch of European teams to get ready for the World Cup's a good idea. They didn't win any of those games, though, so maybe not such a good idea. We come in inconsistent form, 3 wins, a draw, and a loss. You can take a look at our friendlies this year. Sweden, terrible loss, horrible loss. Chile, draw, beat Venezuela, so there we go. Drew with Ireland, beat Bosnia, lost to Czech Republic, and then crushed Jordan as sort of a palate cleanser to get us ready and get us confident for this game today. We have played them one time. It says we drew them, but my recollection is we beat them in extra time. Anyway, I guess my recollection is poor. I mean, you'd think the computer would have this more correct than me. We're going to have to go back and check the film. Anyway, biggest strength, formation used, 4-1-4-1. Biggest weakness, formation against, 4-2-3-1. So we've got that going for us. Refereed by Wei Fui Wu, who has not refereed anything this year. I don't think there's anything else to go over. 44,365 tickets sold, so nearly a sellout. Should be a sellout by game time. Let's go. And like I said, we're going with a 4-2-3-1, the Z formation. We're going in possession style. Got our best team we could possibly put out there. Everybody's fit. Everybody's healthy. Everybody's ready to go. Team selection. So it says a couple of guys are lacking match sharpness, but they're like 70%. That's pretty good. So here we are. They are sticking with the 4-4-1-1. Ang-hee Chan up top. Let's take a look at this guy. I guess we didn't really look at their roster, at the South Korean roster. He looks pretty good. He's got 58 appearances, 22 goals. Playing for Red Bull Salzburg. Okay, I thought for a minute there this guy was in MLS. That would have been interesting. But no, take a look at the senior squad here. Haven't really scouted them much. We don't have any star ratings on these guys. Take a look at their values. Got Sung Hyung Min, valued at $103 million. Currently playing for Man United, of course. There's Lee Kang-in at $73 million. So they've got some upper echelon guys that we just don't have. They've got a lot of mid-tier guys. This is the sort of area where we've got guys in the 10s and 20 million. Got a few of those guys. $1 million. I think from 1 to 11, we might have a few more guys above this mid-range, like guys with between 5 and 7 million. We got a few more guys than they do, but they've definitely got the top-end talent to perhaps be unbeatable, for us anyway. So their other attacker, Koo Jae-chol. Very good first touch. 33 years old, though, physically not very good. So he's going to have to sort of sit in that midfield and receive the ball and then try to make a play, which he's very good at doing that. He's got flair, vision, passing, all that stuff. If he can get the ball and if he can remain unmolested, then, he can make something happen. There's Song Hyung-min taking the captain's armband on the left-hand side. Lee Jae-sung, another guy I recall from the Olympics. Okay. Kim Mun-hwan, I don't recognize any of their defenders. Hong Chul. And then their goalkeeper, Chae Sang-hoon, looks like a regen. 20-year-old youngster. Contracted to Marseille, but he is pretty good. But he is a youngster, only 20 years old. He's very talented. He's only got 8 appearances for South Korea. So maybe a little nervousness, a little jitters in goal by the youngster. We'll see. Meanwhile, we have the veteran of veterans here. Borjan in goal. Cabra, Tamori at the fullbacks. Henry and Rocco in central defense. Piet and Arfield in the midfield. Davies, Asario, David, and Millar up on the attack. So, very, very familiar lineup for us. We got all of our dudes in there and ready to go. Dressing room, pep talk. Let's be passionate. We're the underdogs. Let's go and cause the upset. That's right. Absolutely. Got a couple guys who are interested in the upsets. All right. So let's press who we can press and close down. I definitely want to press this guy. They're attacking center mid. He's not fast. He's not agile. He's a little old and creaky. Let's see if we can put some pressure on him. And, you know, maybe even tackle him a bit hard. We'll try that out. See what happens. All right, tunnel talk. Borjan on his 75th appearance. Yes, I'm delighted. He's truly fantastic. I hope he has a top performance. Absolutely. One question. Softball. Serve it up. Let's go. Okay, we are in the Reds. Our traditional with the black and white stripes. South Korea in the all whites with the blue numbers. Look at that crowd. A lot of red in the crowd. Canadians making their way over to the Middle East in droves. I'd say probably 25, 30,000, filling up the whole half the stadium. Here we go. First highlight, 5 minutes in. South Korea building their attack. Okay, boys, let's stay on him. Let's get him. Cross it in. Rocco heads it out. Lee has it. Out wide. Zhang Dai sends it across to Mori. Okay. Come on, boys. Get a steal and a counterattack. It would be so beautiful. Sun gets an opening. Sends it over. Okay. So even though they're sort of defensive, 4-4-1-1, they're not they're not just totally sitting back. They flooded forward there for sure. Okay, 12 minutes. What are our... Let's make sure we got the right... Yes, we're extended highlights. That's what I was hoping for. All right, 16 minutes. We're composed. They're focused. Their coach is yelling already first half. Here we go. Highlight. Team Canada. Let's get a goal. Osorio receives it. Arfield. Back to Piet. Back to Arfield. Uh-oh. Counterattack. Nope. Mori's going to sniff that one out. Okay. We might have a mega highlight on our hands. Arfield's going to try to move it forward again. David. We might have to send a few more guys on the attack. We're just sort of messing around with it here. Try to get it out wide to Cabra. Might not be a bad idea to send him on the attack. Cabra's going forward. Arfield, get it to him. Piet, somebody get it to him. There we go. Cabra out wide. He sends one in. Osorio is there. David, pounce on it. My man. He wins a corner. No, last touch from David. Okay. Okay, let's pause. Get some not team instructions. Make a sub. You know, we'll send Cabra on the attack, and we'll send Jonathan David on the attack. You know, I don't know about this, but we're going to do it. Got to take a few risks, I think. You know, make some observations and go with it. Here we go, throw in. Team Canada taking control. Tamori sends it across. Davies! Yes! I heard a whistle, but I think that whistle was just for the goal. No, it is the ref. He's checking the VAR. Canada moves up to first position. If we can keep the goal, please be onside. Please be onside. What are they checking for here? You hear that whistle? I think that whistle was just for the goal. But here we go. We're going to see the onside. Yeah, this guy here is keeping us on. Davies rises up. Assist by Tomori. Davies' goal stands. 1-0. Team Canada. Let's go. Cabra to Piet. Arfield. Another highlight for Team Canada. We've got a banner that's stuck. Davies. He loses it. Okay. We got a banner that's stuck right here. You see this, Alphonso Davies? This has happened before, and I forget exactly what I had to do to get rid of it. Switch screens, I think we'll do it. There we go. We got our banner back. Okay. It's 1-0. Team Canada. Analysis, we're looking good. No problems. Field. Let's get back to it. 4 shots. We've got 3 on target. They've got none on target. They've got 55% possession, even though they're playing 4-4-1-1. They're disinterested. They're anxious. Jonathan Osorio. Canada's been getting all the highlights, been controlling that part of the game. Whether or not we're actually controlling the possession is another story. Arfield sends it forward. Millar, great touch, but he loses it. Boy, their defense is pretty technical back there. They're making some good plays. Rocco sends it forward to nobody in particular. But we're keeping them pinned, and that's fine. Cabra, backstop. Uh-oh, he's on attack. He's going to get forward. Great pass to Piet, but Piet just knocks it back to him. Cabra, my boy, I would prefer you to go outside, but look at him go. He's going forward. He gets the ball. Cabra scores. Forget everything I said. Forget it. Put the little man on attack and let him go. Wow. He was all over the field there. I'd prefer him to stay down the left-hand side, but no, look at him. He just goes straight for goal. Nobody marks him, because why would you mark a fullback? And look at him score against the young goalkeeper. Outstanding, boys. Outstanding. 2-0. Let's dial that aspect of things back, I think. I mean, it was fun while it lasted, but let's not get crazy. Here's David, our other guy on attack, sends it back post to Davies, almost scores again. I told you in that friendly we played that Davies looked like a difference maker when he's out there on the field. And right now he's looking like it again. Here's Arfield sending one in. Henry with the header. It's our new corner play. Looked pretty good there for a second. Henry just couldn't get it down. Look, 14 heading. Here's Osorio with a free kick off the wall. He's going to get it right back. Davies. Okay, let's reset those. Let's start working on things. Cabra on the overlap. Cabra sends it in. Millar couldn't get there. That's where we could have used Cavallini at a time like that. 40 minutes. Great steal. Jonathan Osorio. He's got several players rushing forward. Gets it to Arfield. Arfield shoots. Saved by the goalkeeper. The young goalkeeper is under fire. Davies going to take the corner. Sends it in. Oh, Henry sent that back to the middle. And now here is, oh boy, they're on the counterattack. They've got guys wide open down the middle of the field. South Korea, bad pass though. Lee has to send it back in, headed out by Cabra. We're on a mega highlight. Osorio leads the attack the other way. Can he get it forward? He's got 2 men rushing forward. Terrible pass. Millar gets it to David, and David scores. Forget everything I said again. It was a great pass for him to hold up Millar like that for whatever reason. It looked a little like David might be offside, but I haven't seen any VAR. So if Osorio plays it forward here, I feel like Millar could have rushed through, but he plays it short, and then Millar makes a great pass, and then David with the finish, and then we put David on attack. So, I have to take full credit for that goal, even though I was like, no, yes. Look at him, he's on the side. David, great goal. Team Canada running away with it in the first half, 3-0. Who expected this? I would say not many people expected this kind of result from Team Canada. But first half is not quite over yet, so we still got a long ways to go. It is amazing what happens when you look at scouting reports, though. I don't do that often enough. I sort of go by gut instinct quite a bit. But this matchup is too big to go by gut feelings. Had to use our scouts, had to use our assistant coaches, and this is the result. 3-0 first half. I don't think tactically there's anything I want to do. Piet's got a yellow card. We could take him out at some point. You know, we do have Norman on the bench. We got T-Bird on the bench. We got all kinds of bench possibilities. But right now at half, I think I'll leave him in. Or will I? You know, we could bring in the veteran T-Bert. It's not really a great... He's not as good a tackler. Norman's not as good a tackler either, but he is a pretty good segundo volante. You know, we'll let it ride for now. We'll hope that Piet can control himself. All right, pep talk. Don't get complacent. Things can turn around very quickly. Keep focused. Yeah, there we go. Everybody's focused. Focus, focus, hocus pocus. Tactics. That's not what I wanted. I wanted opposition. Did South Korea make any changes? Does not. Well, it does appear so. They made a midfield change. Jang Tae-kun is in. So we will press him as a midfielder. That's fine. Start the second half. So we'll see if they make any changes in their formation, in their tactics. They got to do something in this second half or they're going to just lose horrifically. The old Z formation has come through in the clutch. We still only have 48% possession, so it's not like the possession has been that great. But 12 shots, 7 on target, that is incredible efficiency compared to 6 shots, 0 on target. Incredible inefficiency. 60 minutes, I think we'll take Piet out just for insurance policy. He's the lowest rated guy on the team, tied with Millar and Osorio. But he's got a yellow card, so that makes him the lowest rated guy. All right, looks like they have made some subs. Opposition instrucciones. Okay, yeah, they've... Oh, they didn't start Lee Kang-in. Now he's in, so now he's a bit of a troublemaker there. Their fortunes might change with Kang-in playing. And another young 20-year-old, Lee Dong-hui. Fast, great acceleration, great flair, off the ball, finishing. Oof. I wonder if they were resting these guys for the next game, thinking they had, their easiest game against Team Canada. They might as well rest their best players, get ready for England, get ready for Argentina, but no. Get ready for a whooping. Millar forwards. He's got no support. Tries to send it across. To no avail. Koo gathers it in. He is nearly bum rushed there. But here comes South Korea on the counterattack. 60 minutes in. Piet trying to chase him down. Rocco heads it out. Great deflection. Sario sends it forward, but Lee can't catch up. All right, we're going to make a sub. We're going to bring in Norman for Piet. That yellow card just makes me nervous. And there's no reason not to take him out. 61 minutes. Arfield wins the header, down to himself, sends it out wide to Davies. He's got Millar out front. He's wide open. He cannot score. On the rebound, he can't score. Not real excited about that exchange, Millar. He's got a 7.0 rating and an assist, I guess, but I would have preferred him get a goal. Great win of the header by Davies to Osorio to David. Again, Millar out front. There it is. He can't not score that one. Wide open goal. Again, the young goalkeeper is just being assaulted. And Millar gets a tap-in goal. Way to go. Get off the schneid, young man. But again, look who it is. It's Davies to Osorio. He picks out David on the back post. David takes a shot. Millar, easy rebound, put back. 4-0 over South Korea. They flip-flopped their midfielders, but come on. You got to change formation. You got to do something, boys. You're getting hammered. 71 minutes. We're going to take Osorio out. We'll bring in Hundle in the midfield. He's really the only replacement we have for Jonathan Osorio at attacking midfielder. That's one of the problems with this team that I picked up because we picked up Jonathan Jackson-Amell. We didn't have room for an extra attacking midfielder, so we're stuck with Sean Hundle because he's got that versatility that I talked about in previous episodes. All right. You know, I'd kind of like to get Alphonso Davies out at some point, too, just to rest that injury and make sure that he does not injure himself in this game. So, I think we'll make that sub as well. Bring in Brim for Davies. And, okay, there we go. Who knew we'd be able to sub out our best players playing this South Korean team? Here's David. He's got Millar going forward. He tries to pass it to Hundle. It's intercepted. 76 minutes. There's a bad play at midfield. Norman gathers it in, gets it to Brim. He's got Cabra on the overlap. Cabra looking. Oh, his cross is deflected. Got a mega highlight here. Seems like this game has been full of mega highlights. Lee Kang-in tries to get it forward. There's those two substitutes I mentioned. He shoots it wide. Dong-hui. Yes, Lee Dong-hui. 16 finishing, but not at that time. Here we go. 81 minutes. Throw in Cabra. Hundle wins the header. South Korea bombs it downfield. Henry, though, is there at midfield. Back out wide to Cabra. He's got plenty of space to look. He finds Brim. Brim to Millar. Millar to David. Back to Millar. Millar's got something wrong. He's got, like, slow recognition up top. You know, like he turned like a main battle tank. You know, it's just chug, chug, chug. Not really what I would call a smooth move to get onto that right foot. Lee Kang-in tries to bend one in, cannot. I mean, he's playing well. He's got 8.2, a goal, and an assist. It's just in the highlights he looks bad. So we just got to take the numbers for what they are. 19 shots, 11 on target, 49%, 75% of our passes completed. Here we go. Game is just about over, 92 minutes. There it is. 4-0 over South Korea. Alex Lindsay from 90minute.com predicted a win for South Korea. Maybe could have seen Canada snatching a draw. But they did not see Canada winning this one. I told you we were underseeded in this tournament. Nobody should want to play Canada as a 4th seed in this Olympics with our young team and how much we've been improving. So, destruction, utter destruction of South Korea. David, 2 assists. Outstanding. Boys, he gets the player of the match. 9.4 rating in the second half. Murdered him. Murderized him. All right. Pep talk. Let's be passionate. very pleased with the result and your performance. The team should be sky high with confidence. Korea Republic hammered by Team Canada on the opening day of the 2022 World Cup at Salal Stadium. While VAR was called upon, didn't matter because South Korea won 4-0. Alphonso Davies gave Canada the lead with a header from the 6-yard box. Absolutely. Wei Fui-U went to the VAR to confirm it. Wingback Cabra, his amazing run through their defense, scored in the 35th minute. David executed a finish from close range. And then Liam Miller completes the route with a easy tap-in goal. Korea Republic hammered by Canada. Disappointing in defeat. Just a lot of questions going on there. Speaking of questions, we got a press conference to worry about. David, stellar. 1 goal, 2 assists, 4 key passes. Outstanding. Canada squad react positively. I don't know that we need to hold another team meeting. We just held one. So, yeah. All right. So, as we mentioned, schedule up next is Argentina. They just got beat by England. How about that? Looks like 1-0 boring victory. Yep, there it is. England. Let's take a look at the England team. Pickford in goal. Alexander-Arnold, Gomez, Stones, Chilwell, Eric Dyer, Rice, Raheem Sterling. See, I know actually some of these names. A few. Sancho, Dele Alli, Harry Kane. Who got the goal? It was Eric Dyer, of all people. Defensive center mid. I mean, he's real good, but he's not what you would call, a goal-scoring monster. But, hey, he scored the goal anyway. Maybe we could even watch this goal. Are we that crazy? Do we need this episode to be a 50-minute episode? Probably not, but we're going to watch the goal anyway because I'm curious, how did Dyer score? Of course, a set piece. They send it in, Dyer on the header. There we go. Raheem Sterling. Good job. Good man. And that's enough. 38th minute goal to give England a victory over Argentina. Canada, though, top of the group. How about that? The rest of the groups haven't played, I don't believe. We saw that Qatar game, but Mexico has not played yet. So there's still a long, long way to go in this tournament. We'll come back next time with all the results and Team Canada's game versus Argentina. Should be a much different affair. But until then, until next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.